Morning guys, welcome back to another video. We're out today on the lures, hopefully targeting some fish. But there's a good sign already that we come to the right spot. A couple of whitebait beaching themselves, not even sunrise yet. Hopefully we'll be in for a good day. I've never seen anything like it, look at all that. Never seen anything like it. Absolutely tons. Look at all. What a crazy sight. Thousands of whitebait on the beach. First of all, we're going to go for actually a Vulcan. There we go. Let's give it a couple of flicks and see what we can find. Alright, let's do it. First cast. Out into the abyss. And mackerel popping everywhere here. Just need a couple of bass behind them and I'll be a happy chappy. Man, oh yeah, we're straight into a fish here. Straight into a fish, nice one on the surface. Really small fish there. Oh yeah, there we go. Great action on this rod. Absolutely love lure fishing. Look at him go. There we go, nice sized mackerel. Nice sized mackerel, first catch of the day on the surface. Absolutely brilliant. Know you're in a good spot when you see all the commercial boats in front of you. With the sea boiling in front of us. Absolutely masses of fish. We'll go over this side. So you're going to pick this up on the camera, it's a bit early. You can see all of the fish. Yeah, we're straight into a fish here, man. Whoa, that feels like a nicer fish. Might be a slightly bigger mackerel on this one. She is absolutely erupting with mackerel in front of my eyes. Absolutely brilliant. We haven't had a very good run in Eastbourne yet, so I'm loving catching a few mackerel on the light lures today. The sun is coming up, sea is erupting. Let's grab some more fish, man. Look at all this whitebait in the sea, man. Look how black the sea is. Oh man, look at that black patch there. Absolutely awesome. Man, this is great on light gear. We're into another mackerel here, I think. Man, I'll happily catch mackerel all day on surface lures. Absolutely brilliant fun. And another one in the bag. Right, so I'm going to have a couple more chucks with the surface lure. And then what we'll do is we'll put a paddle tail on and see if we can grab a bass with a paddle tail. Yeah, straight into another mackerel there. Man, it's absolutely awesome. I've had to travel a bit further west for it, but you know, absolutely great fun. And another one bites the dust. Right guys, there it is, catch of the day so far. A little tiny bit of whitebait. So we've had a bit of fun on the surface. What I want to do now is I'm going to try something a bit different. So I'm going to try this this TC's lure, Mackerel and TC's lure. We'll give that a go and hopefully see if we can try and scour out a bass. So I'm about to change the lure and the sea is erupting again. Just going to cast this needlefish out and then work it back over. Tons of birds up. Look at that, man. Absolutely mackerel everywhere. Okay, so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a bass today. That is the plan. Yeah. We've got a fish on the needles lure. Feels like a mackerel. Yeah, it might be a mackerel. It is a mackerel. There we go. Nice single hook on there, so we'll just shake him off and then he'll go back in with the water. And then we can give it another go. Obviously when you're working surface lures, you've got to be careful of birds as well in the area, because they do have a tendency to pick up a surface lure. And they are an absolute pain in the backside for dive bombing the surface lures. So just be careful if you are using surface lures, watch out for the birds. I mean, you do get some good sport for these mackerel. I'm hoping that we'll be able to pull through them and grab some other fish, shake him off, and then back in he goes. And back out casting we are. What a great morning to be out. Yeah, straight back in. Oh, no, I think I might drop that one. I think we may have dropped that one. Oh. Yeah, you see all the mackerel chasing my lure. My lure is literally there on the floor. We get a couple of twitches. Just see if we can get a close intake. Absolutely erupting in front of me. We're gonna get a take close in. No. Right guys, so back into the lure box. We're gonna change. We're gonna go on for a candy pirate lures teaser. There we go. Let's give that a go and see if we can try and nail a bass. These lures have been really good for me in the past, so hopefully today will be the day. Right, so soft plastics out. Literally whitebait everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen so many whitebait on a beach before. I think there's more whitebait here than there was. I think we got a mackerel on a pirate lures. We have. Look at that, thrashing around off again. And soft plastic mackerel. Crazy. Pretty good fun when the bigger mackerel are hitting the soft plastics. Oh, and then spitting them back out. As soon as the soft plastic's hitting the water at the moment, the mackerel are going crazy for it. You just feel the tap, 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 and then the slightly bigger one will come along and boom. So the next lure I'm going to try is the Savage Gear Surf Seeker. This one is at 35 grams, so it's right on the top of my rod's casting capability, right on the top end. And the reason why I'm using this is, like I said, I want to try and get past the big shoals of mackerel that are here today, try and get right out behind them, and then hopefully hit the bass behind the shoals. So that is the plan. So there it is, in a nice pearl colour. Let's give that a few chucks and see if we can do it. Right, so the Seeker has just been cast out, getting hits as soon as it hits the water. I mean, look, you can see the little splashes in the water straight away in front of me from the whitebait jumping around and the mackerel chasing them. The sheer difference in the colour of the sea over this side, just from the sheer amount of whitebait that's in the water. We managed to pick off a mackerel. Nice fighting mackerel actually. There we go, on the Savage Gear Seeker. Right guys, so there's another mackerel there on a Savage Gear Seeker. So we've had them off the top, off metals and off soft plastics today already. So yeah, not the bass that we were looking for, but hey, we'll carry on fishing. guys, another one on the Seeker. Right guys, so there's an absolute ton of mackerel down here. It's been an absolutely good morning session. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to head further back to where we started in Eastbourne, and I'm going to try and go for some bass over the reef. So let's do that and we'll see how we get on there. Right, so I've come to fish this mark today, Eastbourne base mark, more rocky, more reefy, you've got a lot more colour in the water. It's not as clear as further west. What I'm going to do is going to throw my weedless paddle tail. This one's a Pirate Lures teaser, rigged with a C-booms hook, weighted C-booms hook, and all I'm going to do is just throw the weedless lure about just to see if we can get any takes on this. Mackerel fishing's been pretty poor in Eastbourne so far this year. So you know, we'll just see what happens, see how we get on. The mark I'm fishing today, like I said, as you can see, you probably see it under the water, it is pretty snaggy. There's quite big boulders and things like that, so weedless soft plastics and surface lures are pretty much the go-to lures around this area of Eastbourne, around the rocks and things like that. So we're going to throw this around and hopefully we'll be able to get a couple of takes on it and see what happens really. Sun's starting to come up now. It's getting pretty hot. I'm in a jumper and thermals, so we'll see how we get on. So I'm just going to wade out a little bit. I'm not going to go too far. And we'll just give it a couple of casts and see what the day brings really. Oh, I think I had a little hit then. Oh, no. It's a hell of a lot of weed here compared to other places, which is probably making it not very nice to fish, to be fair. At the minute you can head a bit further west and the waters are pretty much crystal clear. Come around to Eastbourne and there's a lot of weed in the water. It's very coloured. Well, it's clear, but it's, you know, the weed's making it a bit of a pain to fish recently, especially on the lures, which is why I haven't bothered. And that's what I mean by a lot of seaweed on the lure, all bunched up at the top of the hook. So just pull that off before you cast again, and then you're ready to go out again. And hopefully just going to slowly retrieve this back. And we'll see how we get on. We'll move up and down a little bit. Obviously the tide's coming in now, so I can't stray too far from my exit and entry point. But you know, we've got a good hour or so before it hits. Oh, that was a... a lot of bumping around on the bottom here. Let's try and get that back in and go again over that section. I don't know if that was a hit or a bump on the bottom. And a bump on the bottom by the looks of the weed on the lure. I was just working my way up round the coast, up over the boulders, onto the next beach. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for any kind of birds moving on the top of the water. Be an indication, or any kind of bubbling in the water or anything like that. And that's what we're ideally looking for. There's a lot of birds up towards the point up there, so that's where we're going to head. Well guys, you know what they say, if you want the fish, be prepared to put the miles in with walking. There definitely is some miles to walk when you're lure fishing. Right, so follow the birds and they will bring you luck. There are the birds. Baldy, now's the luck. This is probably why the water's so coloured around here at the minute. Big clumps of seaweed. It seems to... Look at it, man. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. All out in the water. Also, just to add to the situation of the seaweed, there's seals everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seals. So this is going to be hard work, man. Water's chocolate brown. We'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. We'll give it a go. I'm not one to give up. Just got to be wary of them seals. Definitely don't want to get on the wrong side of a seal today. Right, Pirate Lures teaser it is then. First cast. Away we go. Can we get a bass? Again, like I said before, in this area that we're fishing now, very, very rocky, very reefy. We're practically, you wouldn't want to fish anything other than top waters, and weed the soft plastics here. Otherwise, you're going to end up losing so much tackle and snagging on bits and pieces. So just going for a slow retrieve, trying different areas, left to right. That's definitely a snag. See what I mean about snagging up in this rough ground here. Alright, let's try and get this out. Right, so unfortunately we just snagged up and lost our lure, which is a bit of a pain in the backside, but you know, sometimes it happens and there's not really much we can do about it, I'm afraid. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tie on a new shock leader and I'll show you how to do that. So this is the tri-line that I've been using, tri-line fluorocarbon. We've got our braid main line there. What we're going to do is we're going to take a bit of the fluorocarbon, which is here. Make sure there's no knots in it, so I'm going to take that one out. Discard of any rubbish when we take it home. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you how to tie a simple shock leader knot. So all I'm going to do is going to fold the tri-line over. I'm going to take my braid. I'm going to poke the braid through the loop, which is there. Take a nice big length of braid. Wrap it round both the lines, top and bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I usually do 8 up. I'll pinch it there with my finger, and then I'm going to come down at 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the important bit, we need to go back out the same way the line come in the hole. So I take my line there, and I poke it back through. Oop. Poke it back through the hole, which is there, like that. I'm then going to moisten everything with some saliva. And then once that's moistened, I'm just going to then pull all the pieces together, like so. Make sure it's nice and tight. And there is our knot, nice and tightly tied. What I'm going to do now is trim the tag ends off, and I'll show you what it looks like once that's done. Right, so there is our knot, nice and tight. I'm going to trim the tag ends down a little bit more in a minute, but that is pretty much the knot. Make sure it's nice and tight, make sure it's not going to come apart, which is there, which is great. Then all I'm going to do is measure out a shoulder's length worth of line, and that's going to be my shot leader. I don't really want any more than that. That's all you need really, just to hang out the top of the rod. I don't like casting the knots through the eyes, and then all I'm going to do is attach my clip on and then put my lure on. Right guys, so we've got another quick change of lure, Axia Glide, which is here. Again, I mean, these lures are pretty cheap, to be fair. Pretty good lures to start out with. Top water lure, because obviously we've lost the soft plastic. I don't really fancy losing another lure. We're just going to pop that around the top, over the top of the rocks and the boulders and things like that. Just getting ready to cast the first one in, and out it goes. A couple more casts here then. Nice seal just popped up over there in the distance. If I was a bass, would I be anywhere near seals? Well, probably not. So. But hey, it's his playground. He's the king out here. It's pretty cool to see seals on your doorstep. So yeah, pick him up on the camera. But he's definitely out there, just chilling. Give it a couple more casts and then I think that's the game over for me. Been here for a good hour now. Right, so in such coloured, weedy conditions, the only thing I can think of, the last thing I can think of, is to go back to the soft plastics and to go to the brightest lure in my box, and this is it. Bubblegum, pink, Pirate Lures teaser. It's the brightest lure I got in my box. I'm going to throw it around a couple of chucks, and then that's me done. I know it's really rocky, so I don't want to sink this lure too much. I'm just going to cast it out and then just straight retrieve it back. Try and keep it a little bit higher and away from the rocks. Remembering where the snag was last time, which was just out in front of me, I'm just going to go to the right hand side. I know at low tide where we're standing now is there's a big dip and a big column in front of us. So hopefully by doing that and casting alongside, we'll be inside the middle of that column and pulling the lure through the middle of the reef. It's quite deep here, to be fair. It's about 6 foot down from where we're standing now, which is a nice bit of water. So I mean, if there is any fish in there, which I'm presuming there is somewhere, by running our lure through the middle of the channel, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to pick out a fish by doing that. There's a lot of weed here, and just to show you in comparison as to where we were fishing before, just stringy weed on the lure, stringy seaweed, and you can probably see it in the water in front of me. The water is pretty dark here. The clarity of the water by heading a little bit further west, I mean, here looks about 10% visibility. Where we were before, you know, you can stand there and you can see straight through. So it's no wonder the mackerel are more further west this year, with the water clarity so poor and so dark, Eastbourne way. Just need a nice big blow to filter the water out and to push all the weed round. Right guys, it's been a pretty fun morning for me, to be fair. 2 locations, 1 day. First of all we headed west and then back to Eastbourne. Unfortunately we didn't have any luck in Eastbourne, I'm afraid. The water is way too dark and too weedy up round the reefier marks that we went to this morning. But you know, that's the way it is. I've just spoken to my friend who's been down Langley Point. He said there's been a couple of mackerel caught down there. So you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately no bass, no. But we'll keep at it and we'll keep trying. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.